Student leaders gathered for an important meeting.
And the SGA is looking for some new members. Stay tuned. TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network, Troy, Alabama's International University. This is TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision News for August 20th, 2015. I'm Samantha Charles.
And I'm Jordan Elston. Thank you for joining us this evening. The beginning of the semester is a busy time for all students, but for most of Troy University's student organizations, the beginning of the school year means getting organized to get ready for a new crop of members. Last night, the presidents of these organizations met with campus leaders to get tips on how to get things going.
Presidents and leaders of clubs and organizations here on campus assembled in the Trojan Center to discuss a new website aimed at providing engagement opportunities that help manage organizations.
Trojan Connection will help enhance their use of social media to promote student organizations and student involvement on campus. We hope that this will help our student organizations make face-to-face connections with students and just enhance their use of social media.
It's kind of a portal for all the organizations. I really learned a lot from it, kind of how to do forms, do elections, different things like that within the program. So it really helps with communication. It also helps people on the outside know what's going on. Also people within your organization know what's going on too. So it really encompasses a lot of things. I'm really excited about it.
Guest speaker Allison Lasky explains the effectiveness of this new website.
Trojan Connection is going to be a huge help to presidents and leaders of their student organizations in that they're going to be able to manage those organizations. So they're going to be able to keep up with their rosters, keep up with new members, add new members, have a lot more processes online in terms of forms, polls, elections. So if you have an org level election, you can have that right online through Trojan Connection.
Students and faculty share insight on what sets Trojan Connection apart from other ways of communication.
Well, I know a lot of groups use Facebook as kind of the primary means of communication. GroupMe, Twitter, different things like that, and those all work well, I guess you could say. But I feel like this could definitely even have the potential to replace that, just because it has so many different facets of it, and it also houses, over 180 organizations on campus.
It's now on our university website that this organization is on these great and wonderful things, so that another student coming to Troy and like, oh wow, I see this organization, I want to join this organization. This is something that I'm going to look forward to when I get to Troy.
Ryan Renfro, Troy, TrojanVision News.
If you are interested in finding out more about the activities of some of the groups represented in last night's meeting, you can download the Cork app to your smartphone. You can search Cork, spelled C-O-R-Q, in the App Store or Android Market.
Troy Student Government Association is looking for some new members to fill out its Senate. The vacancy elections are coming up and applications are now available. Sarah Singletary has the details.
Applications are now available for the upcoming SGA Senate vacancy election. The SGA fills most of their Senate seats in the spring, but some positions have to be taken care of in the fall.
Well, one of the reasons why is because we have students that ran in the spring semester for this upcoming year, and we wanted to wait. That's how it is every single year. We wait for a lot of the housing positions to open up so that new students are available to run for Senate if they'd like.
Being a senator is a responsibility that Barton hopes prospective candidates take seriously.
Is making sure that you love our university just as much as the next person. Make sure that you understand that you're being a voice and that you have a responsibility on our campus.
Barton hopes that any student who wants to take on the job as a senator remembers who it is they will represent.
A senator is essentially, as I mentioned, is the voice for all of the students. Whether they represent Trojan Village or the New Hall, they represent all those students in that certain area. So if they see an issue with Trojan Village or New Hall or any of the academic areas or anything on campus, they're that voice. They come to the SGA, they inform us of this issue. They can potentially write any type of bill or anything like that to have potentially passed in the SGA.
And the duties of a senator require more than just attending the SGA's weekly meetings.
Something else that we kind of require is that they work an hour every single week. Every single senator is required to come into the office, sit at a desk, work on anything that's available, or just to be available for any students that come into the SGA office and want to talk about any issues.
Sarah Singletary, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Senate applications are due by August 28th. The applications can be downloaded from the SGA's Trojan Connection site. A link to that site can be found on troy.edu/SGA. The Senate vacancy elections will be on September 2nd.
Last night kicked off the first dollar movie night of the school year.
And students took a midweek break from school to enjoy some new movies for a discount price. The University Activities Council, in partnership with Continental Cinemas, kicked off the school year with the student favorite, Dollar Movie Night.
Dollar Movie Night is something the university started back, I can't remember, it's been quite some time now, for the students to come for $1, and the University Activities Council actually covers the rest of your ticket, so it's part of your activity dollars at work.
I think Dollar Movie Night is probably the most popular event on campus. Everybody seems to enjoy it because they get to come watch new movies for only $1. And so as long as they enjoy it, you know, we come and we have a good time while working, so I think it's very beneficial to campus.
Every first and third Wednesday of the month, the movie prices here at Continental Cinemas are poppin'.
Honestly, just the fact that it's $1 should be encouraging enough, but the fact that once you get here, the environment that you're in, you know, because everybody can pay $1 and come watch a movie, so with the environment, it's just, why wouldn't you be here?
Although it may seem surprising, Dollar Movie Night is not only economically beneficial for the students, but for Continental Cinemas as well.
Oh, it helps us incredibly. That new Screen 6 wouldn't be back there without this. This is a huge boon to us, you know, to have the students here and for them to be coming to the movies and be able to afford it in the way they do.
And if you're still not convinced about Dollar Movie Night,
it's fun, and you're with all your students, you know, all the rest of your people that you go to school with. I mean, what's more fun than going to the movies? You know, it's an easy entertainment, couple hours, sit down, have some popcorn, and enjoy it with your friends. It's just a great midweek break.
The UAC's next Dollar Movie Night will be on September 2nd.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. A memorial event is being planned in Alabama for the late civil rights leader Julian Bond. The celebration of Bond's life will be held Saturday afternoon at the Civil Rights Memorial in Montgomery. Bond died last Saturday in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. He was 75.
Authorities have identified a man who was apparently shot to death by his 2-year-old son in what police are calling a horrible accident. A Hoover police spokesman says investigators have ruled out a suicide and other scenarios in the death of 31-year-old Divine Chambliss.
The Northwest Alabama Regional Airport Board has asked Seaport Airlines to withdraw its service from the airport because of unsatisfactory performance in Muscle Shoals. The Oregon-based airline began offering 4 daily flights to Nashville in January, but reduced its flight schedule to 1 daily flight earlier this summer. Still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the Trojan football team continues their preparations for the new season. William McCarthy has the latest.
And a deadly blaze in the west is still trying to be contained. Details on that after the break, so stay with us.
3 firefighters are killed battling a massive wildfire in Washington. I'm Chris Martinez in Twisp, Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
The warrior spirit, it's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
One of the biggest questions about the Trojan football team going into its first season under head coach Neil Brown is how will the defense improve? Last season, Troy's defense was ranked in the bottom half of every statistical category in the Sun Belt Conference. And after a losing season last year, many of Troy's defensive players say they have a lot to prove this season.
We have a lot to prove, you know, being with the 3-9 season that we had last year. So we have a lot to prove, and we want to prove that we are dominant in the Sun Belt.
Oh, no doubt. We ranked at the bottom. We really have a chip on our shoulder, and we're just trying to prove that we can be the most improved defense in the Sun Belt country, really.
The Trojans open the season on the road against NC State on September 5th in Raleigh. The soccer team finally kicks off their 2015 season tomorrow night against Gardner-Webb. The Trojans got prepared for the start by taking on a pair of opponents in the preseason. The Trojans lost a close one to Florida and beat Murray State. Both games helped build the confidence of a young team that is trying to eclipse the success they had last season, which was the most successful on record. Head coach Jason Hamilton says that now a winning mentality is becoming a part of the program.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's, you know, fairly new to the program. Last year was the best year in program history. We won 16 games, which is, I believe, 6 more than they ever had before, or 5 more than they ever had before. So we've kind of, you know, built that into them, that those are expectations. Winning 12, 13 games a year is an expectation. It's not something that should happen just, you know, once in a while. So, you know, they're excited that, you know, we came out, we played a really good game against Florida, one of the best teams in the country. We went into Murray State, who was also a good team last year, and we were able to get that 3-0 win. So they're excited to get the games going. That means something.
The Trojans kick things off against Gardner-Webb Friday night at 7 at the Troy Soccer Complex. The Trojan volleyball team still has a little over a week before they hit the court for their first match of the season. The Trojans are looking to improve on their performance from last year that saw the team finish with a 10-22 overall record, including an 18-game losing streak that dominated the latter half of the Trojan schedule. Head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick says the team is getting ready for the season day by day.
We want to compete. We don't really have expectation goals. We try to, you know, the old cliche is play them one at a time. We just want to compete every day in practice until we begin our play, and that way we don't have any highs and lows. We want to set those goals daily. When we get into the season and we're competing against other teams, and we want to set those goals daily too. And the girls have done a really good job of buying in of what we've tried to do and tried to set up with them.
The Trojans kick off their season next Friday against Eastern Kentucky in the Chattanooga Classic hosted by UT Chattanooga.